not yet. Or just not yet.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Nerd Bible Podcast episode 200 and I want to say 6. We turned 4, not us as people, because we're in our 20s and we have semi-adult lives now. So
Semi-adult.
That's weird. When did we start this? 2018.
I was an adult when I started this.
You were how old?
I was 20. Yeah,
was you?
Yeah, I was 20. Yeah.
You were born in 1998.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stalker.
Born in 1998, Jeffrey.
Calm down.
Jeffrey Bezos. Right. So basically, the channel turned 4 years old because the channel started on the 26th of June 2018, 8 years after the Pandorica opened.
And the pandemic shut.
Yes, exactly. We turned 4. Why is it not episode 208? Because, the first episode was out, I believe.
Yeah, the dark episode, the one that yours truly wasn't in, and the one that sort of
the first one.
We had cable signal, we had cable troubles, and it got eventually.
Yeah, so the first one was because we used to release on a Sunday because we thought Nerd Bible it should be the holy day. I think it was July the 8th, so it should be not next week after. Or like middle of, not next week after, like the start of it or whatever. I don't know
dates.
How did dates work. I've forgotten everything and I was going to put a post up, but I was at the hospital, so I was like, oh fuck, forgot, which is ironic because we've been late with everything. But thank you everyone who's been involved in 4 years of this utter shit fest, because God knows.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it would be next Friday.
It would be next Friday, yeah.
So we're because we lost 2 weeks worth of episodes because
of
one of them. Remember the laptop broke.
Yeah. No,
laptop broke, and then when the baby was here, I was meant to upload it, but didn't get time because it was literally come home, go to sleep, go back up to the hospital, and yeah, we lost 2 weeks. But then we would have been ahead anyway because one of the years had 53 weeks, so we were.
Yeah,
we were ahead anyway.
Years,
yes.
Yeah.
So are we at where we wanted to be at in 4 years? I would say yes and no, because just a little thing about the chat. Like me and Connor, we met in retail and became.
Retail.
I think the first conversation I had to you was about Matt Smith. I think that's the first time I ever talked to you.
On the checkouts, I remember sitting at the checkouts thinking, why the heck was this kid talking about Matt Smith? I can't stand that guy.
Yeah. Who's this guy?
He ruined Doctor Who for me.
Well, I did.
Yeah, you, Matt Smith, really sitting here right
now. I wish Matt Smith was sitting here right now. And we became firm friends.
That was definitely one of the first conversations for sure.
Because we sort of knew each other and then would speak, and then you left. We kept in contact, and because
in the meantime, we were like, go and watch Matt Smith on Doctor Who. It was great.
Yeah, and you did, and you were like, yeah, he's right.
I have to.
He's right about everything. And little did we know this was the beginning of George gets Connor to watch things. And he actually goes, you know what? That's quite alright, mate.
Hey, you know, it's alright, mate. I'll let you log into Wi-Fi.
And me and Matt started because we'd always wanted to have a YouTube channel. And we were about 4 years out of whack because we were like big Rooster Teeth fans at the time. RT for the common folk.
Right trigger for Xbox people.
Yes. The Right Trigger Brigade. Yeah. That's probably a fucking gun cult somewhere in America. And like we were big Rooster Teeth fans, wanted to do that kind of stuff. So it was about 2014 when we were both in college and were friends. We wanted to do that kind of stuff. And we could basically could never think of a name, so we kind of just left it until 2018, where it was like, you know how the market's really saturated and it's probably gonna, switch from weekly content to like monthly. Yeah, let's start doing it now, like 4 years after we did. But it's because I had the laptop, we had the facilities, and between then we've steadily evolved. Connor came in episode 2. Yeah, because we always wanted him involved, but when we were doing episode 1, he was like, "I can't be there. I'm at work. I did not know this was a thing until 5 minutes ago."
Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember how easy. Yeah, it was just I couldn't make it that week.
Always intended to be because we wanted to be like the RT podcast, which was like 4 people, like just getting chatting shit, having a couple of drinks and just shooting the shit and just
shooting the shit
in the studio space. And we will we will get there in some capacity.
Some form of capacity. Yeah.
Like you might think it's stupid for like people in their like mid-20s to still want to do it, but like for us, it's almost like
it's some sort
it's
of
like
ambition.
a fun outlet.
It is
slash
definitely
job.
an outlet. Definitely an outlet at the minute. Yeah, definitely an outlet.
And we've always been hampered, I think, by a lot of things. Like I know we can make excuses, and it's you get out of it what you put in. For the first few months, because basically for 2018, for the 6 months we were, existing in that, and it was kind of finding out what we do, what we like, trying to sort of get a structure, which we've sort of done, but we're not quite. I think there's one. I think there's one more evolution to this Pokemon before it's slick, and
no, fair enough.
And so like with stuff because a lot of your audience is promotion, and we kind of knew that, but at the time it was literally just me sort of like pushing it, and we only really had 20 subscribers in by the start of 2019. We'd gone up. We'd use like promotion like when you put the money in, like promote it like either on like certain like social medias or whatever, thing, which has like worked well. We're probably due to do it. I do kind of want to do another one once like money's sorted out. I think once you settle into your new thing. My evolution. Your evolution, yes.
Off screen.
Yeah. And I'm still settling into mine, so I've got another evolution at least. But
Well, but the question is, would I have watched Pokemon by our next evolution as a channel? That's the question. Would I have watched
I don't know if I could be asked to watch Pokemon for this, but Digimon, yeah, all fucking over it, love it.
Yu-Gi-Oh? Were you a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh? Because I've always preferred cards.
I had the card thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I used it.
Deck
I used it once.
Once.
That's probably been sold at a car boot years ago. People be like, "What do the cards do?" I'm like, "I don't know. Just looks cool in the show." He puts it on there, and then they fucking appear like holograms.
Time to duel. That's all I remember.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
And GX with Jaden, not the original.
No, the next generation, basically.
Yeah.
And everyone's be like, "Isn't that a Star Trek thing?" And it's like, "What's
Star Trek?
What's Star Trek?" It was basically like Yu-Gi-Oh! The Next Generation. Everyone be like, "Is that cut?" It's like, is that like a Star Trek thing? Like, no, it's magic cards. And
interesting parallel.
Yeah, we've kind of evolved like every year, gone up. Like I know we kind of reach a new thing, sort of level off, reach a new thing, level off, and especially I think over the last. Like lockdown was hard. Like we had 2019, we kind of found a bit of rhythm. Then lockdown happened. That obviously for obvious reasons, like because we couldn't record together at all for a bit because Discord was just shit. So it was like that's why Ruby was in like 5 of them for a bit, and then we could do it over Discord, and that was shit. And then we were back in the same room eventually, and then we weren't. And a lot of things like in terms for me, I think personally there was a lot of like just like why am I bothering a lot of the time, because it was like hardly anyone's watching it. Like our numbers would sort of be like mid-20s or whatever, which fucking I'd love to get back there, Jesus. And I know it's all like, why is it not on Apple Music and that? It's just something I've just haven't really got round to
do. Yeah,
and I need to do it. And I guarantee, like I know that we've said a lot of things, like we've had things that we've done, like we've filmed various live action things that unfortunately they're never going to see the light of day because we don't have the footage from. We've got like you were saying before, like your June video, like I've got like I was like, yeah, why the fuck is that not out? Like that's summer because we transition from laptop to PC. It's we've gradually gone up. We're around the 250 mark. We've always kind of wanted to be gaining like 100 a year because we were sort of like we got past 2 years and we were approaching like 300 and we never sort of
then peaked off. Gone up from that.
And like we I think we've always kind of just I don't know if it's the same for you, just sort of felt like it's just like fun to just do it, shoot the shit. And I do want to get back to like promoting it as regularly as I can because like there's so many that I have to go back and write a description for and actually do the tags for because that fucking does help. But it's literally just a thing of at the minute it's just been rush it, get it done, alright, cool, thingy, done.
We'll upload this.
But I need to do that. I like we will get more professional. Like I think this year is we've either got to commit to it or we've kind of just got to go either like let it die, and I don't think either of us want to really do that.
Not let it die.
So
you'll just have to evolve and just trial off as something else, perhaps, and just whatever the next way.
So yeah,
phase.
So I think with us settling into our things, hopefully by Christmas we might be into our next sort of step, because we're kind of due an upgrade. We like in technology wise, I think we're at the point where like we're as good as we can be at the minute. Like obviously we still need a camera, and that it's just been like, why haven't you just bought one? Like life just happens. Like we've got cars to pay for, petrol's fucking through the roof.
Everything's gone up.
I mean, like jobs need to pay us more. Like kind of thing. It's
But that's the thing. We're guaranteed we're not the only channel saying that right now. But yeah, absolutely. It's all those things.
But we will. But I can guarantee, as I look deeply into Connor's eyes, as he caresses my face.
What colour are they?
Luminescent algae. That we will. We've said a lot of things, but like we do want to do them. It's just getting around. Like it's just the thing getting around to them and the timing, because like we're at a point where we're only seeing each other once a week, and that's always that's worked for the moment. Like I've got stuff that's on the like the football stuff on the channel. I've never really been 100% happy with, because it's kind of just felt like this, but it just felt like another just here's a talking video. You're not really seeing us kind of thing like that. So I'm looking at maybe we take them off, and like if that comes back, I want that reworked and done at a proper quality. The gaming stuff and the streaming. Like we do want to do that. That's just a thing of I just need a second monitor. But like we said, like cars, things, children, like all these kind of
children
expensive.
Yeah.
I feel like and where like
they don't have a cap.
Basically, yeah, stuff with like money and that. I feel like I'm just kind of like coming to the edge of like right. I'm kind of almost stable again. Let's do this while I look for obviously ways to increase the revenue. But no, we'll go on. We'll evolve. We'll do something. I don't think this will ever stop in whatever form. Even if no one listens to it and it just ends up on a fucking motherboard somewhere, like it's gonna
on some cloud server.
Yeah, we send out the PC directly to you via Every, so you'll never receive it because they'll just throw it over your fence and it'll be fucked. So, so I just want to say to you, the audience, thanks for those that have stuck with it, because
thanks for persevering.
Even for us, like 252 people that you know are subscribed to this is still for us. I think
they haven't got as much
amazing
free time as we would like, and with and as much as like you keep saying, this would have been done, this would have been done, this should have been done. Like for someone that has literally done it once a week in one room, one equipment for a couple hours on one day a week, it has worked out. Yeah, it has worked out for both our sakes.
Yeah, and it's nice to just kind of, no matter what's happening in the world, we kind of just get to put a hat on and just talk shit about like Star Wars or whatever for an hour, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and also, thank you, Connor, for continuing to, because I know there's been times where we've kind of just been like, do we miss any? But it's kind of, we've always been at like we've kind of got to keep doing it just so people know that we're still there. I know that at the beginning, like we said, we never really had a structure of like, it was meant to be out on the Sunday, it'd either be out on the Monday or Tuesday, like consistently late. We would never post regularly. We got into that, and I know that I'm mainly in charge of that, so I fell off of it recently. But like, I think between us, from now on, I think it's going to be, more. There'll be more free time certainly for you. Hopefully, if stuff that I'm looking at works out, me as well, and we can. Just go for it.
Churn out stuff.
Let's aim for the stars, and if we miss, then at least we're in the sky.
At least we tried. Yeah, exactly. We're just going to be a star like Super Mario Galaxy.
We want.
Waiting for Mario to come rescue us.
I think by our original plan of like 5 years was like 1,000. So
we've still got another 2.5 years. We've got 3 years.
No, we've got one. We're 1 year.
Oh no, my maths has failed me.
But I think
cut that out.
I think. Sometimes we don't set the bar high enough. It's always been like, let's have another 50. Let's have
take away the pandemic. We've still got 2.5 years.
True. The road. Let's make it a goal. Let's fucking aim for 1,000. Let's aim for 1,000 on here.
1,000.
Let's get some fucking traffic on Twitch. Let's sort of. I feel like all the social medias need to fucking just line up and like all be run at once, and between us we can either find someone to help us do that or do it ourselves. As long as we put it out there. And people watch it, and either they like it or they don't. But yeah. Happy 4 years, Connor.
Happy 4 years. No, thank you, mate.
The podcast will be turning 4 in 2 episodes because that's how maths works.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like that would have been 208. It would have been this one because it was going to be 209 next week because obviously we said the leap year and stuff. We are hopefully at the moment we're just waiting on our good friend Mr. Andy Kemp of the We Pay for Your Floor podcast to hopefully help us celebrate because he helped celebrate 4 years or 3 years. 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Yeah, because before this one, yeah. Obviously we had him, Will, and Michael on, and it's been nice to have like guests. Like we've had Tom, we've had Michael, albeit the sound quality was a bit shit on my end because obviously it was coming through the monitor, so it was a bit like But Will recorded himself, so we're going to promise to get Michael back on just so that we can actually hear him well this time, and
do him a favour,
get some more people on. Like there's people like I'd like to extend to if they listen to this our through shout out to Who Game Shows like Will and Michael and that, like through them I know for me personally being involved in that has opened the door and sort of opened my eyes to kind of like we're on the cusp. Like we've been brought to the table of these kind of like you've got Adam Martin, you've got you've got Dominic G Martin as well. Like you've got like I think Josh Carr was on one of the episodes of The Chase. I think like that's like his podcast is doing fucking bits and pieces like and like where I saw them at like the Galaxy 4 like and if I didn't have Excite I'd probably speak to like Mr. TARDIS and stuff like that. Like that's
where you want to be.
That's within. No, but it's like that's within reach, and like it's so easy just to get to know these people. So I'd like any of the people that we've worked with across the Who Game Shows, open invitation. Mr. Guy Lambert of former CBBC producer fame. I would love to get him on because I know he's been spoke about in the past. Like like whenever I post stuff and I'll just sort of let me know when that comes out and stuff and. Basically, I got to know him through. So he was on Big Damn Cast, which is getting their relaunch on July the 1st because they switched to a monthly thing, and covering more big topics. And he was a guest on that a few times. Like really fucking funny guy. Like honestly, like the episode where he plays Father Christmas is amazing. But if you ask Guy, he's probably like it was just Father Christmas. It wasn't me. And when they did the Twitch rewatch of the classic Doctor Who's, like through that he would like. Suggested like story like because I watched the Horns of Nymon and then that spoke to him about it and then he was like suggesting these stories and like we were just like talking shooting the shit and stuff. It's kind of my catchphrase for today but he because obviously like we're him working TV and stuff and he was like with that kind of thing you've just got to keep like do as long as you love it do it like work hard and like keep going and like persevere and stuff and as like said before I've said to him like you're working on any time and it's like hopefully we can maybe get that in. And it was left on the list. Thanos and Kit Harrington. So if anyone has Josh Brolin's number...
Josh Brolin, yep.
I mean, we could get... now that we've sort of been sentimental for like 20 minutes, we should really get Kit Harrington on so I can do the Kit Harrington impression because he's doing the Kit Harrington series.
I know, right? And actually...
It's me, Kit Harrington, Jon Snow.
It is just called the Kit Harrington series. With George R.R. Martin... He's confirmed that he's involved with
Would you watch a Jon Snow sketch show? Like it's the Jon Snow show and it's just like him...
Hi, my name's John.
Oh, it's me,
I'm on the wall.
Like it's just like he comes in from work, like you get that the canned laughter, he comes in, sits in his tent.
Like people always call me Mooney.
Hello, honey, I'm home. So, like I know they've been working on prequel series because there's that Olivia... Who was it? Who was the one that got... So... There was House of the Dragon is the one we're getting, and then there was the other one that was... There was one about the Children of the Forest thing, and then there was another one that I think was about...
Is this part of the 5 that then all got cancelled?
There was like 3, wasn't there? There was 3 main ones, because I know that Duncan and Egg was like on the table but never filmed, but like there was one that filmed a pilot that cost like $1 million and then got dropped. Do you have the info on that while I just talk about
Googling spin-offs?
So we got House of the Dragon it's set 300 years before?
Yeah, something like that.
300 years before the first episode.
Yeah.
And it focuses on the House Targaryen. There's apparently, according to visual effects people involved, up to 17 dragons. Yeah, it's all about the Targaryen dynasty, and then it'll probably go on for like 8 years and then end really disappointingly. They wouldn't do that again, would they?
Oh, well,
Would they?
And unless it's just a remake of season 8, and it's Jon Snow edition of season 8.
I would like. I think enough time has passed for me personally to go back into this universe. I just want it to be different enough from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like I want it to have that feel, but I don't want it to feel exactly like it. It's why for me, like I'm not a big Walking Dead fan anyway, but for me, Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead are two really fucking superfluous things. Like Fear the Walking Dead is just The Walking Dead but with different people.
Well, yeah, that's how I understand it.
And I know it links in together and stuff. But it's like that's just more characters. Like you could make The Walking Dead an anthology show.
You really could.
Like by just following different people instead of just like, here's the group, we go to this place, someone dies, we move on, we go to the place, meet these people, someone dies, we have to move on again.
Oh, here we go, yeah. Oh, home sweet home. Oh, now the home's burnt down.
Like I want it to be different enough, but I still want a flavour of that because that world's what we fell in love with. For those.
The White Table was one that got cancelled.
What? Google Game of Thrones prequel series cancelled pilot.
Spin-off cancelled pilot.
Because they filmed the pilot for that, and that was going ahead, and then
with Naomi Watts, but there's
Naomi Watts. That's the one. What was it called?
It's not a name. It's just Axe Game of Thrones prequel spin-off cost for HBO more than 30 million.
Oh, 30 million. Fuck.
30 million, but it hasn't.
Yeah, because I think they basically set it up as if production would start on a first season, and then like I think it was the director had to like inform all the cast, like, yeah, this isn't happening. See if you can find out the Naomi Watts one. But House of the Dragon is 4th of August.
I thought I saw a Now TV poster for the UK saying 17th. So unless it just works out differently.
I think it was originally 17th. No, it's moved up to the 8th, I think. Like, I think it's moved up. Like, it was originally something like that. I feel like something like that, anyway. I look forward to that. A Kit Harrington sequel series. Apparently, he's across it as a producer as well as everything. So, do you know what? In the spirit of Kenobi...
Kenobi Harrington, yeah.
Yeah, if we just... Hello there! I don't know where you could go. Like, I don't is it going to be I'm Jon Snow and here's all the trees I've pissed on because I'm a wildling? Like, what are you going to do?
I'm built a wall on Tatooine with my friend Obi-Wan. My friend Ben.
Ben, but he's dead.
He's dead.
Like, as long as Tormund's in it, is Ghost going to be in it? Like, is it? Do you think to make up for the for me the lackluster ending of not just Game of Thrones but Jon Snow's story was kind of like, so why did he need to be the heir to the Iron Throne and a Targaryen? He didn't.
No,
he didn't need to be.
No. He chose to be, but yeah.
Like he was, and it was like, oh, so that's going to mean something.
It's not like, young Snow. It's not young Sheldon. That's young Snow.
I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch it.
Young Snow.
I'd watch a prequel about young Rob and Robert Baratheon and Ned Stark.
Yeah.
Young Sean. It's just young
Sean.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Fetch a maester.
Fetch a maester.
Sean, you've not been in Game of Thrones in like 11 years. Fetch a maester. We're at the doctor's. This is a GP. Fetch me a maester. I need a
nurse. Fetch me a maester.
Fetch me a yard of mead. Oh, there's a boar. It killed my friend. It didn't really happen, Sean. New segment on the show. Sean Bean in real world scenarios, but he still thinks. Have you seen that? I don't remember what. There's a show on E4. I forget the name of it, and this guy hallucinates Sean Bean as his imaginary friend, and it's either played by the guy that impersonates Sean Bean on Countdown, or it's actually Sean Bean, and it's really fucking stupid.
What on earth is this?
Sean Bean E4 ghost show thing.
Ghost.
Ghost
show Reddit. What, Wasted? Is that it?
It might be Wasted.
No, Sean Bean's in it.
Sitcom. Is it on? Yeah. Look, it's the ghost of Sean Bean. Look.
He's staring at
Play the trailer, but turn the volume down a little bit.
Wasted.
It's
now on all 4 free of charge.
Fucking hell, I wouldn't pay for it.
Morpheus meets his spirit guide, Sean Bean.
Yep. Alright, you watch that. Well, I talk about the fact that Stranger Things dropped this week.
I know.
Go on, turn it up a tiny bit so you can hear it. Just like, I'll have to talk over it. They've been
mate.
Have they been in betweeners? I don't know.
I don't recognise them.
I know what I'm watching tonight. I'm all for. But so Kit Harrington show as Jon Snow. Sure, why not?
Is he going to be in Stranger Things as well?
Stranger Things Volume 2 this Friday, the 1st.
This Friday.
We've been promised a body count, and it's it's weird that this is going to be
not the last one though, because we know season 5's out. It'll come in.
Well, it's weird that I kind of feel like this should have been saved for the last season. Just get it all out. Because like we're going to have these 2 episodes. One of them's a bumper episode, and then it's going to be like, and let's wait another 2 years for the final season.
Right,
but I have a feeling that because of the delay of the pandemic, they might do the. Here we go. Here comes Sean Bean. There he is.
It's Ned Stark. Morpheus.
How amazing is this? You want to go and watch it, didn't you? This is.
I want to watch it while wasted.
That's the best way to do it, from a certain point of view.
From a certain point of view, the only point of view.
Who do you think's going to die in Stranger Things? I don't want it to be Steve.
If it's Steve, I'll fucking riot and I'll cancel my subscription.
Do you know what? And we never thought we'd say this. Netflix, kill the kids.
Kill the kids.
I thought Max was going to snuff it.
So did I. I think that's my favourite episode that we've had so far.
Yes.
Episode 4, I think. That last half hour especially was like the best bit of the show.
And it got Kate Bush back in the charts. And
she's made 2.3 million or billion just from...
I don't think it's billion. I think it's probably million.
She's got the... It was a post. I don't know if I did send it to you or not. But essentially, it's...
Talking to the microphone, boy.
It's because of the...
Facing me. I know I'm gorgeous.
Royalty rights and stuff. Yeah, 2.3 million literally from...
If she made 2.3 billion, that would be fucking amazing.
From the day it aired till like June the 27th or something stupid. Basically within the month.
We're still back in the charts. Like, it's proper up there again, isn't it? It's She's both the oldest and youngest person to have a #1 hit that like she's written herself or whatever. Because like when she originally wrote it, she owns it. Very young, and now she's older, but not old. But she's just older than she was. Because that's how time works, kids. Everything will end.
Everything will end.
Now here's Sean Bean as a spirit guide.
I'm still looking as youthful as ever.
I'm still looking. Yeah.
He literally could be like Nan.
Is the Flash gonna happen? No.
It's not in theatres. It won't happen in theatres.
Reportedly going to a HBO Max exclusive to try and let's do damage control because Ezra Miller's a piece of shit.
Well, at least we ain't going to see that for the next 2 years then in the UK.
So the most recent thing is that it was discovered, like, after beating up people at a karaoke bar, he's apparently, got kids living at his farm. It sounded like a hostage situation. It's like a farmhouse kind of thing, but it sounded like a hostage situation, but, like, there was, like, a 1-year-old, like, putting a bullet in its mouth and, like, just chewing on it, and he's got, like, guns laying around the house, and it's like, this guy has, like, been accused of giving LSD to kids and shit. Like, are we not gonna... Like, I know Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, but he got ridiculed for that. Yeah. And we're letting this man be, ironically, a hero to children.
Yeah, whilst not being a hero off screen.
Yes. Do you want to see The Flash anymore? Because I kind of don't.
If it ain't going to matter, then not really.
What happened to the DCEU?
Well, I've been wondering that since we started this podcast, my dear friend, because it certainly weren't good back in
Do you think we broke it? Do you think it was us?
We contributed in some way. Whether we care to admit or not. I feel like we definitely had some impact.
Well.
We had some impact. We always do. Unbeknownst, I mean, not to
fuck Jeff Johns. He's a prick.
Larry Chuckle. We didn't mean to do that.
Oh, we definitely didn't mean to do Barry Chuckle.
We definitely didn't mean to do that.
So DCEU we meant to do. Barry Chuckle. So can we swap the DCEU for Barry Chuckle? Is that how it works?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So if we get all the collective copies of Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, not the bad one, not the good one, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Jaundice, Justice League,
Dawn of Jaundice, Justice League.
Fuck it. I feel like to probably make it work, we're gonna have to throw Zack Snyder in as well because like he's 90% of why this is a problem. Ezra Miller definitely throw him in, and then we get Barry Chuckle back as a false ghost. Come on, we got a ways to go. We'll be talking about that later. Did you see that in the latest?
Not the only ghost we're going to be talking about today.
Latest Thor: Love and Thunder TV spot. You could see the Celestials.
Yes, but they look.
That's
small.
not. They
look fucking small, mate.
They look smaller. Like maybe they're not fully grown, but neither of them are Arisham.
No.
Maybe the planet's big, or it has the thing of like they resize to the planet or whatever, because they can grow and change or whatever. I assume. Fucking Celestials.
Yeah, surely.
They're the fucking Celestials, mate.
More powerful than fucking anybody.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Gargantos was definitely not Shima Gorath. One of the visual effects or producer guys said, like, it was, it's definitely not. It was always Gargantos, and it was a scan of Elizabeth Olsen's eye, which is really good foreshadowing of the villain. I've since rewatched Multiverse of Madness. It's still not terrible.
Well, I enjoy it. I take away the MCU expectations and what we wanted it to achieve. It's a really good standalone
what the internet
sequel.
and the fanboys wanted, I think, ruined it for everyone.
At least on first viewing, yeah, totally.
Yeah, because it was a bit like, oh, that's underwhelming, but then it's like,
it really wasn't.
In terms of the story, it's not terrible.
They nailed all the Doctor Strange variants. I think, to me, that was the most important thing, how they were going to handle 4 versions of the same actor.
But it is a bit weird how, like...
I mean, alright, we don't see...
I know, like we said before, like, for visual consistency and just shorthand, it's like, you see Benedict Cumberbatch is like, well, that's Doctor Strange as well. It's like, that's how you do it, instead of just like, here's Joaquin Phoenix. Because it was more nostalgia in Spider-Man because you had, lived through the, like, you'd grown up with the Maguire and the Andrew Garfield films. But it seems that maybe John Krasinski was a fan cast, because Kevin Feige has said that he cast him as Mr. Fantastic in the Multiverse of Madness.
We didn't know
because the fans had a dream of who the perfect Reed Richards would be, and Kevin was like, let's make the dream come true. Which is, it's nice in a way because...
Just to confess, I've never heard of The Office. I don't know who the hell this is, but every day I open up my fan mail and I keep getting John Krasinski. So I had to Google who he was, and after seeing his sweet, adorable American sweet-ass cheeks, I couldn't refuse.
Was that meant to be Kevin Feige?
That was somebody in the
someone.
Cap or no cap.
That was Emily Blunt.
That
was his wife. Don't know who this John Krasinski
Sweet
is.
ass cheeks.
Hey now, clap them together. It's nice because they've not been against like stunt casting to throw you off. Like the whole Ralph Boner thing was a thing of like, we used Evan Peters on purpose.
We watch these films. We know exactly what we're doing here.
We're keeping you on fucking tenterhooks, boy. And.
Yeah. It's way too early. Call your jets, Rambo.
It would have been. I still wouldn't have minded Ewan Grufford.
I was
expecting that same
Ewan
bit.
Grufford. Yeah,
because
I thought it would.
It wouldn't have mattered which version of Reed Richards it was. The only thing was obviously like in terms of the MCU, all the characters that played alternate versions of themselves were played by the same actors in the 616 scare quotes universe.
Yeah.
Because Iman Vellani, she's still arguing for us, guys. You gotta give us some help. But obviously, we thought that does that mean then John Krasinski would play him in our universe, or that would be sort of like the origin of like maybe the Reed Richards we find in the Fantastic Four film is from.
But who's to say Krasinski won't be in the film, but just not as Reed?
What if he's playing
in the universe?
What if he's playing the Invisible Woman?
Oh my god!
I mean, it really should be John Cena, but
it should be John Cena, yeah. Happy 20th anniversary to John Cena. I don't know if it's this week or last week or by the time this comes out, but yeah, 20 years of being in the WWE, literally just
well done, John Cena. Yeah. Good acting man.
No, yeah,
he's a good acting man.
He's back to kick some ass, only to then go back and film some more.
Back to formula. Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, the writers of Deadpool 3, because it was the Bob's Burgers people, but now it's the guys again that wrote the other Deadpools, I think.
Okay, right.
Which is a shame because I was looking forward to some new
writers,
input.
Yeah,
because those ladies are funny. If you've ever seen Bob's Burgers, check out the movie when it comes out. I mean, I kind of want to.
It has been out.
Has it been out?
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
I still haven't seen it.
It's been around for a while.
I've not got the notification of it's out, so I just it doesn't exist in my mind. No.
It didn't exist.
What movie? There's not a Bob's Burgers movie until I see Bob's Burgers. They were asked about making Morbius jokes in Deadpool 3, and they said, well, we haven't seen Morbius.
Unsurprisingly.
We haven't even seen the memes, but now it's on our radar, so now we'll have to have a look.
Good job, at least they've acknowledged it.
If Deadpool makes a joke about, don't worry if this film bombs, we can just release it again, and hopefully it won't make less money.
No, call it Deadpool 3, it's Deadpool time.
It's pooling time.
Pooling time. Yeah,
that would be
it's pooling
fan bloody tastic. So Chris Hemsworth in interviews has talked about the possibility of Thor: Love and Thunder being his last film in the MCU,
No.
which is, I think it is. What's it's the guy who does the stuff for BBC Radio 1, like the film stuff.
Oh, Ali Plum.
Ali Plum,
Yeah, Ali
yeah.
Plum.
Ali Plum.
Great channel. Yeah.
Great guy. Really weird shaped head. I don't know what it is.
Really great guy with fucking weird head, shaped head.
Sorry, Ali. Yeah, come on the show and
Ali's a
like
great
we
guy,
can talk about this. Basically,
we need to talk about your head and your arrangements.
So one of the questions he'd like basically asked him was,
through his way.
He's basically like, you're 6 years off of beating Hugh Jackman as Wolverine as the longest running MCU thing, but then it's kind of like, is that beaten because, like, I know he's a different universe, but like Patrick Stewart, I know it's not consistent, but like it should count as a consistent run, like not as in like, he came back in 2022, so now he's been playing him for like over 20 years, but like he had that was like a 5-year gap between Logan and coming back. And he's not been consistently Charles since the original trilogy, arguably.
No, exactly.
Like he was a bit part in Origins Wolverine, and in Days of Future Past, McAvoy is the focus, and then Logan is like a more co-starring role, but then he died. So spoilers. But then he's back in a different universe, and he dies again. He gets his neck snapped. Let's keep killing Patrick Stewart. Let's not keep killing Patrick Stewart, especially not in real life. Everyone, let's just hold hands and pray. And he was basically like, I didn't really back to Chris Hemsworth. Like, I don't really see myself doing it, but now you've said it, like, I'm kind of, if I'm that close, I might have to do it.
I might have to dethrone him.
And he's like, but then like it's all kind of screwed if like he turns up in Deadpool 3, and he's like, I might have to make some calls and make sure I'm in Deadpool 3 instead. And it's like,
that would be
Thor, who previously the most literal character in the MCU, against the most unliteral character soon to be in the MCU. I dig it.
That'd be a good little idea, yeah.
Definitely. And I'd love it. Then he's basically come out and said since, in an interview, no less, that's how, you ask celebrities questions. You don't just run up and say, are you doing another Thor film? And he's like, I think so. And then he gets shot by someone from Disney. Not like fatally, like just wounds him so they can drag him away when no one's looking.
That meme in the church where they're all just like slightly aiming behind each other. Yeah.
And then just like Kevin Feige at the top.
Always at the top.
Everyone on my signal. Addressing rumors about his future after Thor: Love and Thunder. I'll come back for more and more until someone kicks me off the stage. We'll see what the fans want. Basically, he has loved playing this character. Obviously, a new lease of life.
We loved you too,
from
Chris.
Ragnarok onwards, because I know that he was one of the ones that looking to, when his deal originally ended, which was the 3 Thor films and the 3 Avengers films, like post Age of Ultron, he was kind of like, I think, there's not really much more to do. He's kind of just serious Shakespeare. And then Taika Waititi comes in, gives him a new lease of life, and now gives him screaming space goats. That
the goats, the baby goat.
So you read the thing that like Chris Pratt was like, I think he just kind of did that to kind of fuck with James, because like he's kind of just left us with these goats now and we don't know what to do with them. But it's like, as long as he wants to, because I hope that Jane Foster Thor continues. I hope that's not just a phase. I can't see it being
a one film idea.
Like I don't mind. I feel like he would be sort of like the big, like he's kind of just one of the core people left. Like him and Bruce form the new team and the new Avengers, and then maybe Thor dies in like a few films' time.
Whatever. Yeah.
Well, not even that. Maybe like Avengers. Maybe Avengers 5. He's what they're avenging.
We'll just call it the Mighty Four.
The Mighty Four.
With Fantastic Four.
Yes.
In the 1960s quantum realm.
Damn it. And Eric Allen Kramer from the TV pilot from the Incredible Hulk, Trial of the Incredible Hulk, or Death of the Incredible Hulk TV film, when he was Thor. Get him in it.
Might as well
get Kenneth Branagh in.
Okay.
Just as Kenneth Branagh.
Just as Kenneth Branagh.
You just I am me, Kenneth Branagh. This is Kenneth.
As a variant of Kang.
Kenneth Branagh as himself from the Olympic opening ceremony from 2012. There you go. The MCU is here.
Okay. Great.
More Disney stuff in terms of Disney is reportedly ready to pay up over $300 million for Johnny Depp to return to the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, which sparked Johnny Depp's face being put on the Thanos meme of "you couldn't live with your own failure, so where would that bring you? Back to me," because we know that there's been he was dropped sort of by. Well, we got kind of like they just kind of stopped making pirates films, and they were kind of like, oh, we want to do one again, but we kind of with everything going on, we can't really use Johnny.
Poor guy.
But you know, Captain Jack Sparrow makes those films. I know he becomes more and more a caricature, and as a character, shitter and less useful. But the films have a joy and pizzazz with him in them. It is undeniable. And I know they were working for a while for Karen Gillan to be the star.
Oh, right, really? Okay.
Which I'm
I'd
still not
see.
against.
I'd see, yeah.
Jumanji on the sea. Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Seaminge. Seaman. I don't know.
Seiju.
Seiju. Oh, no, can't say that.
I see you sleeping.
Okay, I don't know whether to cut that out or leave that in. For now, that's in. But yeah, I don't know. Pirates are kind of. I feel like it's past, and that's kind of why they made Jungle Cruise, was to be like, we kind of need a new pirates thing for the kids. But
oh look, water boats. That's
oh look, what? Oh look, a gun. Hell's horses! You come in here chatting about 17th century revolvers and whatnot. You're crazy. The Star Wars slate post Obi-Wan Kenobi. Cassian Andor is the next thing, then Tales from the Jedi.
Cassian Andrew.
Cassian Andor, yeah, that's his cousin. That's his stage name.
When we're talking about Disney, right? Prince Caspian.
Caspian Andrew.
Prince Caspian.
Ben Barnes is back as Caspian, but he's having an affair with Cassian Andor from the Star Wars universe, but from a different universe.
His name to Andrew.
Yeah, Cassian. It's his stage name because the taxman's after him, and they want the kids.
Oh, what the hell?
Cassian Andor is the next one, starring Diego Luna. Tales of the Jedi, the animated thing of like, here's what happened to these characters and why it's important, and maybe it'll be good. I don't fucking know. I know one thing: Christopher Lee's not in it.
No,
unfortunately.
No. Who was the guy that voiced him in Clone Wars?
Did they get to do it wasn't Christopher Lee.
No,
maybe he'll do it.
It was Prince Caspian.
It was Caspian Lee.
Oh no, Casper Lee, the YouTuber, of course. How good is Casper Lee?
What the and star of the Bad Batch, not Tamora Morrison. Do you think if they have like Commander Cody and animated Tales from the Jedi thing, that then he'll be voiced by Tamora Morrison or Bradley D. Baker? Because Tamora Morrison was in Kenobi. Did you notice that? There's a clone trooper on the floor.
Yeah, like
and that's Tamora Morrison in a
I
beard.
thought it was a weird CGI, like 2002 CGI.
No,
face.
it's him for the first time in a practical clone trooper suit. And it's like, it's you, and he's like, oh, it was great because I got to catch up with you and not been around. I've not seen him since the first one they cut my head off, and then I was just in this weird CGI pajama suit because they couldn't be asked to
and then they copied and pasted me 20,000 times.
Yes,
but then the printer
and also for some reason all the clones were taller and thinner, and then when I came back as Boba Fett's suddenly shorter and stockier. So they didn't really think that one through. Mandalorian season 3, Bad Batch season 2. Young Jedi Adventures, which I assume it's Casper Lee and the origins of Cassian Andrew. Visions Volume 2, which is it's not it's not canon. Someone said Visions isn't canon because it's a alternate universe and different art styles and stuff.
Yeah, I get that because it's different filmmakers doing
so, each episode. Ahsoka, which maybe will have Hayden Christensen in it as Darth Vader, and maybe Tamora Morrison in it as Christopher Lee. Like, I don't know. Skeleton Crew is the story of all.
That's Christopher Lee.
That's all the dead characters from Star Wars. They get Weekend at Bernie's. They it's they're puppeteering them. Like, how do we get clearance with it? It's all right. We've got dead Grand Moff Tarkin. But it's just Guy Henry with a CGI mask on.
Peter Cushing is Doctor. So Grand Moff Tarkin was Doctor Who.
It's Peter Cushing, but he's in his get-up as Doctor Who, but he's got the boots on, which is ironic because Peter Cushing hated the boots and wore his slippers. And he talks to Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is Ewan McGregor wearing a plastic Alec Guinness mask. They've given up with the de-aging and the re-aging and the CGI and the makeup.
Expensive. It's experimental. I get
They've
that.
just got a Halloween mask of Alec Guinness. For some reason, looks like Christopher Lee, and is voiced by Cassian Andrew. probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most out of all these, because I'm kind of Mandalorian. I'm looking forward to, but in terms of new thing, I think the Acolyte, because it's set 1,000 years before.
Yeah, because that's about Cassian Andrews' great.
That's that's Acolyte Skywalker.
Acolyte Skywalker.
Portrayed by
Ben before he turned evil.
Portrayed by Hayden Christopher Lee, which is his cousin staged.
No, all right, no, but something that Obi-Wan did improve on. One canon thing.
Talking about Obi-Wan later.
No,
it's not got Christopher Lee in it. I don't care.
No, it's about Ben.
Get it out of your chest.
It's about Ben.
Get it out of your chest. It must be hurting.
It's about Ben-Christopher Lee. No, Ben Solo. Why the hell did they call him Ben? Well, it makes sense because we know that now.
Yeah, we know that. We'll talk about that. This hasn't got Christopher Lee in it. I don't care.
And Casper Lee. No.
So Casper Lee is starring as the Acolyte. So it's set 1,000 years before.
All of it. It might even be before the Old Republic. Like
so it's set in the high end Republic, really high, really tall Republic, all really long legs.
So Anakin looking.
It's Hayden Christensen on stilts.
So instead of looking at one building, he's looking at about 10.
No, like the buildings, but he doesn't have to look at them because he's the same height because he's just got really long legs.
Attack on Christensen.
Attack of the. It's got a lot of legs, that show. But it's set in the High Republic, and they've got their weird white and gold things, and then it's like here's loads of Jedi, and then how the
lightsaber.
And then the Sith. It's like how they come into prominence in the prequels, and basically Ian McDiarmid will be fucking in it because he's been in everything.
Will be at the end, played by Cassian Andrew.
Maybe, but do you know what he won't be in? Lando, a Star Wars series. Make that a film.
Yeah, do it.
Why? Because it's a bit fucking stupid. If like Han Solo got his, I hope that I hope Alden Ehrenreich's in it, and there's a bit of a maybe continuation of that stuff from Solo 2. Make Solo 2 happen, or make Solo a series. Because Kathleen Kennedy took the thing of like, we found out we can't really cast important characters, and I know in terms of the grand scheme of the characters of the Star Wars universe, Lando Calrissian is not one of the main players, but he's quite important.
He's still
and you're fine with Donald Glover still playing him. Like Alden Ehrenreich was not bad. A Droid Story, pass. I don't care. With the voice of Daniel Craig playing Christopher Lee's
Daniel Kaluuya.
Daniel Kaluuya playing Christopher Lee in Nope. That's his whole character in Nope.
It's just Christopher Lee.
A film that I'm actually looking forward to is the Barbie movie. Oh, sorry. Yeah. What's next for Kenobi after Star Wars? I forgot. There's a movie side to this as well, and it says Taika Waititi Star Wars. There's no dates on any of these. Taika Waititi Star Wars movie.
Meant to be 2023 at the minute.
Star Wars, because he said like, I'm just going back to New Zealand. I'm kind of writing. I'm not doing anything this year. I'm just going to write. And someone quoted it with, "Can't wait for the parting with Creative Differences announcement in 6 months' time." Star Wars Rogue Squadron with Patty Jenkins.
Yeah, Patty Jenkins.
Gal Gadot is playing Luke Skywalker.
No, Luke's daughter, Mara Jade, as a pilot.
Mara Jade was his wife, wasn't she?
Oh shit!
In old canon,
incest.
He's having sex with his daughter. Oh god! You know when we said we were going to up in quality for our next evolution, it's kind of like, is this what it is? The Star Wars Kevin Feige's movie, which I think they should just keep that as the title. I just think they should keep all these titles. You've got Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie.
Okay, that's original.
Star Wars Kevin Feige's movie.
Yeah, but then so who's it going to be for the third?
Then you've got
Quentin Tarantino movie.
No, because then you've got Star Wars in this really weird font from clip art, and the Dillard Owens movie, like it's the Uncle Owen origin story.
So it's Joel Edgerton's great grandson or something. It's his great granddad.
It's Joel Edgerton as a secret spy in a long time before in a galaxy close to home.
Double O Dale. So that's who he plays. Double O Dale.
It's Double O Lars.
Double O Lars.
I got a license to kill. Oh my god!
Got a license to kill.
Oh my
That's the tagline.
I got a license to kill. And I know I'm gonna get some blue milk.
Get some milk. Get some milk.
Because he loves the blue milk. And then we've got Star Wars, Rian Johnson trilogy, which is still happening, and it's the one but
will the glass onion be in it as well?
I want that one. I think him and Taika Waititi I want the most. The Patty Jenkins Rogue Squadron movie, I couldn't really give a fuck. The Kevin Feige movie will probably Kevin Feige movie will probably be fine. The fucking Owen Lars spin-off documentary.
Double O Lars.
What is it? The Lars in Daylight. I don't know. There's more in there. Someone find an Uncle Owen
Lars.
Oh, that's good. Someone find an Owen Lars James Bond pun for us.
Joe Edgerton in a suit with blue milk going to Tahashi Station.
On Her Majesty's Secret Lars. That's a shit one. Gold Lars Finger. That's how he won over Baru, don't you know? From a third. And then you've got Star Wars Damien Lindelof movie. So I look forward to all these titles.
So they'll be lost then. It will be lost.
Oh, none of them are gonna. Fuck! I deleted Tim Allen.
Oh, Tim Allen? What, deleted him from what? Cassian Andrew or what Star Wars project?
I don't know. What
was he? Christopher Lee?
Oh, Multiverse of Madness. We've got to talk about it. The statue Xena. And apparently, according to giant freaking robot, Andrew Garfield was signed on for more future Marvel movies. So
Morbin time might be happening.
Maybe because also in the Stuart Beattie talks about his original version of Obi-Wan and says that spoilers. Darth Vader. In his version, Darth Vader killed Reva, and she didn't know he was Anakin. I was like, how would she know that? All she saw was Anakin as Anakin. But basically, to her, the Jedi Council are the biggest villains in the galaxy. Obi-Wan lets her in on that, and she's like, my whole life is a lie, and she sacrifices herself because I thought it was important to make Reva part of the Vader Kenobi story, which, as you'll find out shortly, doesn't happen.
No.
Yeah, Tim Allen, he's not dead.
Oh, thank God.
But he's not selling drugs anymore, so basically Disney released, it was called Halfway to the Holidays, and they released a shot, the first look at the exclusive Disney Plus original series, The Santa Claus Is, which we knew was the continuation series, starring
when
Tim...
was 2007
7 was the last one.
6, 7, yeah.
So it was 94, I feel like...
I haven't seen those films.
94, 2002 and 2007.
I was 9 when that last came out. I was 9.
Was you?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
I
was 11. Yes, so we've got Elizabeth What's Her Face is returning as his wife.
Elizabeth What's Her Face?
I don't know what. Google what her name is.
Wait, is it sister of
Tim Allen's wife from the Santa Claus.
Wait, is it Naomi? What's her sister?
I don't know. Elizabeth something. Elizabeth Claus.
Oh, alright, okay.
So he's then we've got the kids. So that's presumably grown-up Buddy Claus, which was the baby they had at the end of the last movie, which was a boy. And Tim Allen's daughter is breaking the mold and playing Tim Allen's daughter in the Santa Clauses. And we got these new characters, which are elves. This really tall man that's not an elf, that's an adult. I don't know what he's doing, but a lot of people.
He definitely don't look like an elf.
So basically, it's he's in his 60s now, and he wants to retire before he gets pushed off a roof and presumably killed, because that must be what happened to the first Santa Claus. Is he just disappeared, or he went back to his old life? Like, I don't know. Elizabeth Mitchell. She's back as Scott Calvin's wife in the new series. People are saying glaring omissions are the guy who played Bernard, the head elf, in the first two films.
2 fan favourites.
But also he didn't come back for the third one because the studio thought he looked too old, and that's why they gave it to, at the time, Cat in the Hat star, who was great in the second one, who then had gone through puberty by the third one because he was really fucking tall. In terms of, what's his name? What's his name?
He's filming years. Not Judge Reynolds.
Not Judge Reynolds.
Eric Lloyd, Spencer Breslin.
Eric Lloyd as Charlie, because his oldest son Charlie isn't in it.
Wendy Crewson and Margaret.
Wendy Crewson, that's his ex-wife. We're talking about. Show me the card.
Literally, I'm just looking at names.
So it would be Spencer Breslin as. Who did he play?
Older brother of. I don't know. Who did he play?
Who did he play in 2007's? Curtis.
Curtis the
He's
elf.
not in it. Bernard's not in it. No one you love is in it. Everyone's old, including Tim Allen. Judge Reinhold's not going to be in it because I don't know if you know about Judge Reinhold. Massive fucking criminal. So not going to be. Yep, go on. Read about personal life quick while we're doing it.
Okay, personal life.
Just don't read it out loud.
No, arrested.
There we go. Arrested Development. He's not in Arrested Development, and he probably never will be because I don't think that's a show anymore. But the Santa Claus is. Yeah. I look forward to it because nostalgia, but also...
Yeah, nostalgia. It would just be something to see at the appropriate time of season.
Maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe that'll be our Christmas special.
No, it'd be safe. We could talk about the franchise. We could rank them and...
Speaking of the franchise, we can talk about the fact that Indiana Jones is in safe hands because Frank Marshall, the producer for the original Indiana Jones films and the newer ones, and I believe he's married to Kathleen Kennedy. Like, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Lee.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen. Sorry,
I believe he's married to Kathleen because because part of the Lucasfilm stuff, like he was like producer on all the other stuff, so I presume that's where they met. Maybe, I don't know. Google that quick in case people tell me that that's bad. He said that James Mangold's Indiana Jones is everything that everybody wants out of an Indiana Jones movie. It's a great story, it's a great character, and I think it's going to be. I think you're going to be very happy with this movie. Harrison Ford has apparently come out and said it's his last one, but I've not seen a public article of that because John Williams basically went, I think Harrison Ford said this, so Indiana Jones is going to be the last film I compose because I'm old and I've not won any Oscars and I didn't win one for Rise of Skywalker because they felt sorry for me and the music was shit.
The end of Finn.
The end.
What was I searching at Kathleen Kennedy for? Frank Marshall.
Yeah, it's Frank Marshall, her husband. The Barbie movie looks great, and the Barbie movie links to Doctor Who. Because Doctor Who star-to-be, Ncuti Gatwa, is playing one of the Kens. So you've got 3 different versions of Ken and Barbie to represent...
Wait, hang on, that literally... So we're not talking about Doctor Who, we're not talking about...
We're talking about the Barbie movie.
We're now, the Barbie movie, and what? And Ncuti Gatwa is Ken?
Ncuti Gatwa is one of the Kens. So you've got...
Okay. Oh, no, cool.
So they've done it because of representation, because obviously, like, it was just... Before, Barbie was just here's a stuck-up white blonde bimbo, and here's her really pretty boyfriend.
We've seen Instagram photo of Gosling and Ncuti Gatwa, like... In different... That's how... Yes. Yeah, that's how I knew they were linked, yeah.
So Ryan Gosling is playing, basically, like... Normal Ken.
Yeah.
And Margot Robbie's playing Barbie. I forget who's playing the other Barbies, but Ncuti Gatwa is playing a Ken, and so is Simu Liu.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's 3 interesting Barbies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing Ken, but they would make great Barbies.
Guys, that's where you mucked up.
See who the other ones are, because it was at one point meant to be Amy Schumer, but then Hollywood remembered she's not good at anything comedy or otherwise.
Kate, I'm just looking at names. Emma Mackey, is she Barbie? I don't know. Is she a Barbie?
That would make sense.
Yeah. Alexandra Shipp, perhaps?
Alexandra Shipp, yeah, because you'd want 3 different ones. Like, you've got 3, like you said, very diverse choices of Ken. But Ncuti Gatwa is the Doctor, and there was some unlicensed merch that was being worn by...
Harry Neff, there's another Barbie, whoever that is. Sorry,
click on her, please.
Mrs. Neff. I don't know. Do I know you?
No, I don't know her. Do you know me? You know me. We work together all the time. Yeah, we're friends. God damn it. Basically, there was some unlicensed merch that was worn by Ryan Gosling on the set of Barbie, because obviously they're filming it together, and Ncuti Gatwa has like posted like, "Oh, like I can't get over this."
Oh, speaking of sex, Connor Swindles is in it as well.
Oh, brilliant! Because Amy Lou Wood commented on it, like, I can't get over the fact that, like, basically Ryan Gosling is wearing a T-shirt with a picture of Ncuti Gatwa's face on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he put up this, it was that, and he said, this is generally Ryan Gosling wearing a T-shirt of Ncuti Gatwa as Doctor Who. We're suing him, of course, it's illegal merch. And then this blew up because the person who made this was, and I'm going to tag him because he's great, he's a person that, like, I normally get my... DVD release news, like in terms of steelbook or collection or otherwise, is the wonderful Matthew Purchase on Twitter at the Cyber Devil, who does some great artwork. So basically, it's a piece of artwork he made. Someone has basically stolen that, made it into like illegal merch. Essentially, like it's still got the waterprint of his name on it as well. He said like, so I've had, like he's basically woke up and it was like Ryan Gosling's basically wearing his design. Russell's talking about it. Ncuti Gatwa then goes like, I just found out this amazing piece of artwork was done by him, and then like followed him on Instagram, and he was literally like, what is going on?
That's crazy. Yeah.
And he basically went like, look, if anyone from the BBC is like looking like, I wasn't looking to sell this, like as a thing, it's just a piece of artwork I made to celebrate Ncuti Gatwa being cast as the Doctor in the new era, because he does that a lot. Like I think he did one for Jodie. He does his own DVD covers, like in the terms of the classic grey style. He does for certain stories, like new ones and stuff. He does a lot of great stuff. Check him out. If you have any fucking graphic design needs, or like you want to, you know, use some of his stuff, make sure you credit him as well as the main thing, because if you're stealing from him, that's just plagiarism, and plagiarism bad
and elbow bashing as well.
That's what we should call it. Elbow bashing. Don't elbow bash my match. But then he put it on his Redbubble, because Redbubble you can put like your own designs on there. He's like, I put it on there at least so that then like I'm not, because he said I don't see a penny of it, but also like because of like the copyright and plagiarism and it is illegal merch, he's put it on.
Is it on Redbubble now? That's the question.
Have a look. And he's basically put on there so that he said, like 50, I think it was like 50% or whatever will go towards charity. So then at least it's going to raise money because Ryan Gosling's wearing it and it's gone there. So you know.
No.
Why, like, you know, at least it goes to a good cause. Have you typed in...
Literally, I've just put in Shooty Gatwa. I've just put Shooty Gatwa.
Oh, okay. Have a look. It might be on, like, his official...
Maybe. I mean, that's just all...
His official page on the thing. Shooty Gatwa t-shirt or, like, type in, like, Matthew Purchase or something. Like, yeah, so check him out on Twitter or Instagram or wherever you find your stuff because great guy and... really up to date on his, you know, not just in knowledge of Doctor Who, but also like he's, like I've said, my go-to for the Steelbook's coming out.
Matthew Purchase. No,
that says
Ray Bloody Purchase.
I don't know whether it's. I'll see if I can find the link on Twitter and send it to you. But yeah, that was a cool thing, and we found out that Sylvester McCoy texted Paul McGann when Shooty Gatwa was cast as the Doctor, saying, "Scots for Scousers too." Because obviously the 4 Scots are the 4 Scottish people to play the Doctor are
awkward blank. David Tennant McCoy, Sylvester McCoy, Shooty Gatwa, and Jodie. No, what the fuck, Jodie. Jodie is Scottish. Names, people.
You know him. You know him.
I know them all very well, but why am I having a massive brain fart?
Face it, and tell me.
Why am I having a big fart?
Clara my good
man. Oh, the Thinker, Peter Thinker Capaldi.
And can you name the 2 Scousers?
Jodie and...
No, she's from Huddersfield. That's very much not the Scouse. I know you can't say Dan the White Van Man.
Play the Doctor.
Who's the 2 Scousers that play the Doctor? You get a bonus point in a game that doesn't matter.
Oh my god. Cut this fucking out. Colin's not a Scouse.
No, you don't even know what a Scouser is, do you, Petty?
No.
Come on.
I don't know. I've got a fart.
I'll give you a clue. One of them's the person that Sylvester McCoy texted.
Paul McGann.
Yes.
He's a Scouser, yeah.
No, I think I'd really like to be part of it, but he's like gentle Scouse. And someone who doesn't sound Scouse at all. Do you think you can guess who it is?
But Northern-ish.
No, not Northern-ish. Like, when I say who it is, you're going to be like, they're originally from Liverpool? And it's like, yes. So
Peter Davison.
No. Do you want one last guess?
Christopher Eccleston.
No, that's Manchester.
It's up north.
Right, do you give up?
Who have I mentioned? Matt Smith.
He's the most English man I've ever met, and his dad was from
Patrick Troughton.
No, but that's a decent guess.
John Pertwee.
No.
William Arnold.
No.
Tom Baker.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Tom Baker is originally from Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
There you go. That was a fun game.
That was a very fun game. I hope
you played along at home of where are the Doctor Who's from.
Where are they from? And how can you stay? How can you remember staying? How can you remember staying?
How can you remember staying? Everyone, how can you remember staying? We're still excited for this era and how much like, you know, Ryan Gosling's fucking wearing merch for it. Like, it's getting that much. It's going global
already,
and I can't wait for it. There was a picture, I think it was today in Cardiff, where it was Russell and Julie Gardner saying that Julie Gardner's back in town because obviously I think she mainly works either abroad or at the Manchester base for Bad Wolf.
Yeah,
but obviously coming back to, because she, you know, is from Wales, so I'm assuming she was in town for that. And yes. And to picture that, it's like, it's like old times, and I hope we do get a version of Confidential. For fuck's sake, we've had no new announcements yet. We're probably due one. I think as soon as we kind of give up the chase on it, Russell's going to drop a fucking bomb on us, like, because, you know, Matt Smith's back in England and he's got shorter hair than he had in Morbius and looking more like his Doctor style. So, but Peter Capaldi's also in London, but he's filming a show for Apple. But it's not to say they can't get around it.
Exactly.
Because I'd love Capaldi to have another crack at it with a different writer. Should we talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi to finish it? Our main topic, an hour and 4 minutes in.
Might as well. We might as well, my friend.
So spoilers for Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's the first Wednesday without it. We kind of feel a bit sad. We're going to
definitely. We feel like I've gotten older.
We talked about it briefly. I feel like I've been in the desert for 9 years waiting for Liam Neeson, and
Hello there.
We're basically going to sort of talk about it, the general story, what we thought of it in depth. There'll be some spoilers. We're not going to go like episode by episode, but we're kind of just going to like do the whole thing like we normally do. Sort of similar how we did Moon Knight, because we kind of spoke briefly on our thoughts on it and things. And I will just start off by saying, best Star Wars thing so far.
Oh, what, better than Mando? All of Mando, would you say?
I wouldn't say.
Or is it on par with? Like,
I think the world that Mando's built is more impressive and more of a story narrative than Mando itself. I think the fact that you're going to get Ahsoka out of it, you would have got Rangers of the New Republic, but Gina Carano's a fucking horrible views person. Book of Boba Fett and all that, like it's created a brilliant new character and it's given us a wider world and a new world of Star Wars to explore. But this was nice to go back to. This is what we loved. I don't know if Dave Filoni was involved in this. I think this is the first thing that Jon Favreau certainly isn't involved in. Deborah Chow as executive producer and director of the entire series.
All the episodes.
Fantastic job.
Yeah,
it looks gorgeous.
It does look pretty
and
good.
As Ewan McGregor said, there was some actual physical sets and props and animals,
clones,
actual locations.
Clones.
So, do you want to do the Nick Mason thing? Of
do you want to drop phones?
Tell me what you think the story was.
So what do I think the story was?
Yeah, can you recite the basic plot of like this is what Kenobi is and isn't it a jolly old time?
So, coming off the end of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan is a bit of a hermit. You know, Order 66 happened. The Jedi, his life as he once knew, is now gone in the bin and in the pan, and he's now got to babysit the most important two children in the whole galaxy, unbeknownst to all the future generation of rebel soldiers that will eventually defeat the Empire and destroy 2 Death Stars. But we pick up sort of 9 to 10 years later of Obi-Wan just sitting around in a desert, and the very first scene we were expecting a hello there or something along that line, just a nice reference, but instead he talks to some little dirty talk to a dirty little skinny Jawa for whatever reason.
If you're going to steal my stuff and send it back to me, at least have the good grace to clean it first.
Yeah, and then give me a haircut in between, but alas, we're not there yet. Yeah. No, so yeah, talks to Jawa about parts and shit. You know, I think he doesn't want to necessarily get off of Tatooine, but I don't know, he's trying to, just live his life in the boring old desert. He goes and sort of stalks the Skywalker farm, or the Joel Edgerton house. I'll just leave it at that. The little ranch, and you see little baby Luke. But alas, that's the twist, folks. It's not a Luke Skywalker story.
Which I'm glad at, the twist, because it was Leia focused. And the little girl who plays Leia is fabulous. People were moaning about a fucking child, but she basically, that's Leia. Like, she does such a good service and a fucking honour to Carrie Fisher and the legacy of that character. And it doesn't feel forced, it feels natural, it's progression.
We actually see Alderaan as well.
See Alderaan.
Yeah.
We see Jimmy Schmitz again, which is never a bad thing. He looks fucking old. But,
yeah.
Which is weird because he'll look younger in Rogue One, which happens after this.
So that's the thing. So only
this is 10 years post Sith.
Yeah, post
9
Sith,
years
like 9
pre-Hope.
So that's only thing I will, I'm going to get the actress for the kid. Can't think of the name. The kid, come on, where are you? Princess Leia. I want to say the kid's name.
There you go.
Vivian Lyra Blair.
She was amazing.
However, in 9 years in universe, you're going to turn into that.
Well, the thing is, Carrie Fisher was obviously an adult when she made Star Wars, but they're twins and they're both meant to be 19, 20. Yeah, because Luke's age is meant to be 19 in A New Hope.
Right, okay.
And then I think by the end of Jedi, it's been about 3-4 years in total, so maybe 23-ish. But in reality, he was like, much older.
Well, yeah. How old was Mark Hamill when he got the role?
I think he was early to mid 20s, because Harrison Ford was old, was older and has always been older, because that's
out of the three. Yeah,
that's how being born first works. You're automatically older than whoever's born after you.
You're not just designated a number and you go, you're number this, you're number that.
You're number that.
Yeah,
it. But yeah, so like if as a 19-year-old, if you're looking at the weird CGI thing at the end of Rogue One, yeah, because at this point she's like 10 years old. For her, what happens obviously in nature is puberty.
Of course, and it takes all sorts of shapes. And
Takes all
various
sorts to
sizes
make a
and-
world.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
think that if they were to have her in Star Wars again, you would kind of have to wait to the years where she would be closer to Carrie's age,
exactly.
or
yeah.
like at least Leia's character age in A New Hope. Not major. That didn't really take it out for me because it kind of made sense of like.
I know it didn't bother me when I was watching. It literally as it wrapped up, I was kind of thinking, "Oh right, she's going to look like that, and then she's going to look like that." But
A lot of people change in a decade.
Of course, no, of course, we all do.
Look at us.
We all change.
We've only been doing it 4 years and we've aged a decade. How does that work?
An eternity. Yeah, it will be an eternity next time.
She was very good. Jimmy Smits looking older than he did in Rogue One, which comes after.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Smits still had cute dad energy. I don't remember who played the mum, but she was great, and she we elaborate more on her backstory and get to know why certain things then play out the way they do in both the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy. Basically, you know why she names her son Ben, which added new context in a really great way, because it kind of was just like, why would she? It felt like she didn't really know him.
Yeah,
and also then you get why she's like so happy that, you know, Ben Kenobi's like, I'm here with Ben Kenobi. Like, Ben Kenobi, where is he? And it's like that whole shit. Like it's adds new context and makes A New Hope even more special and sacred than it already was.
What was like a little, prior little nitpick plot hole you could call out. Now it kind of makes more.
I think it might be my favourite trilogy. Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and New Hope. That might be my favourite trilogy.
Unofficial trilogy, no, yeah.
My favourite second
trilogy.
trilogy. My favourite second trilogy compared to the original. So like the original three, and then Sith, Kenobi, and Hope. Yeah, that's what I would say. The kid who plays looks good, but we just barely see him until
he's
like
not in the show,
here he is at the beginning, here he is at the end, and always kind of in danger. Moses Ingram was great.
She was great.
I feel like I felt when I texted you after I finished the show, I feel like this could have been still the Star Wars story movie that it was meant to be. It was meant to get this
sure.
Boba Fett and...
So it would have been episode 4 would have been cut out. The Water Planet episode would have been cut out.
No, I think they would have been in it. I think it just would have been condensed down sort of a bit quicker, a bit pacier. I think you would have maybe lost...
The Camino Planet. Episode 2,
I think you would have lost some of that.
Yeah.
You maybe would have lost a bit more Vader. You
would have lost Camille Nanjiani then.
I mean, Camille Nanjiani adds context for why he's he trusts Han Solo because he's a scoundrel, but he means well, kind of thing. You still do what he sets out doing. Camille Nanjiani was this is an amazing thing that I never thought of. I love this kind of stuff. See, Star Wars fans, you could be nice to each other.
Exactly.
What else? Obviously, we'll get to the two main players at the end, but Moses Ingram was great. You can sort of also feel the rewrites a bit, because I know that they were going to do the whole let's do Darth Maul again, but obviously that's set later, so hopefully maybe we get that in live action, or it gets alluded to in a thing like Lando or something coming up, and maybe we get the culmination of that story of Darth Maul and that involved world. But I think for Anakin and Vader, it made sense.
Yeah, no, it did.
Because it also adds more context to when I last saw you, I was but the learner, but now I am the master, because throughout their battles, even though he gets the upper hand on him the first time, he's by the end of the series, you're Obi-Wan is still taking Anakin to school. He's still,
teaching him.
Yeah. You get that someone said, does he then learn to throw stuff while fighting? So to distract the person, from in Empire Strikes Back, does he get that from Kenobi doing it to him? And it's
possibly, yeah.
Maybe.
They're not even things I haven't thought about. Yeah, that's good.
Joel Edgerton as Owen Lars, great. Idema Verma, is that how you pronounce her name?
Indra Varma. Yeah. Susie from Torchwood.
Yes. And Mrs. Luther from Luther.
Yeah.
Not
Lex Luthor.
Yeah, Mrs. Luther, who fucked Paul McGann from Luther. And, hey, look, you would fuck Paul McGann, man, 60.
Spoiler alert for those that haven't seen Doctor Who, Dr. Luther.
For spoiler alert for everyone, you'd fuck Paul McGann.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Paul McGann.
Him as a Jedi. Get him in the Acolyte. Get him in, some oldie Republic-y, old-fashioned Star Wars show.
Get him as Obi-Wan. Recast Obi-Wan.
Oh.
For season 2, you have different people play Obi-Wan.
And in the last episode...
And then we CGI Alec Guinness back in. A la Rogue One style. And we go, what the fuck was the point of that?
Hello there. Yeah.
We got audience payoff in the end. Like, this series was called at times like the worst thing to happen to Star Wars and then the best. Someone who I will address is Soups, who is mainly on TikTok and then obviously has a presence on like Twitter and stuff. Very backtracky in his stuff, like really calling out like, oh, you know, this isn't what the fans wanted. Like, why isn't like this just about like Vader and Obi-Wan and stuff like that? It's like it never, and people like it was never meant to be a Vader focused story. This is Obi-Wan's story. Like, Vader is just a part of it.
Of course.
Like, just because you want like the classic fanboy thing of you want this to happen and this to happen, like, then don't like throw your toys out the pram when you're getting a story that is filling in a gap that doesn't necessarily need to be done.
No, you didn't.
But then has to do it well for it to justify its existence, kind of thing. And then backtracked with the last like 2.5, 3 episodes when it was like, oh, this is great. Like, people like were afraid of storytelling. It's like, you're so full of bullshit. Like, as TikTokers, I'd say Straw Hat Goofy over Soups any day.
Okay. No. All right.
Oh, hang on. Is this? I've just had a message from Will. Should I say, do you need Connor? Wait, no, you working on Monday?
Am I working Monday? Yes. No,
Next
wait.
Monday.
No, I'm not. No, next Monday I'm not. No.
I will just hang on. Connor is available if needed.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just cut that back. So basically, yeah, people like that are just like, oh, it is this, and then when they got what they want, it's like, see, if you're just waiting, because he was calling it a bad series, like 2 episodes in, it's like, but he's also called good stuff good before seeing the end of it anyway, like series or films or whatever. Like, you can't just judge something off its completeness when the story's not done. Like, you're not expected, like, because the age of binging, like, you're not, just because you want to know everything at once, like, that's not how it works. Like, this is long form storytelling. You get the narrative and the character motivations and the journey throughout the series. So that's my thing. That's people like that who got what they wanted. If you'd just fucking waited, you'd have liked it. Because
Exactly.
I was never disappointed by it. I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of cool, and this is like, it seems like it'd be nice. But I was kind of just enjoying having
enjoying
something new Star Wars that
something
was
different.
something that I was interested in. And then he killed a man. No, Obi-Wan. Ewan McGregor was fucking the MVP. Him and Hayden Christensen were amazing, and we got the justification of Hayden Christensen being back.
Being back after all this time. Yeah. Yeah.
He said, what, as a chaser? I said, desperate times.
Cool. Fine. I can run over. I might fall over.
Drastic.
I'm not much of a runner.
Measures.
I'm not much of a sprinter. Also, I might be playing the chase on Monday.
I don't know, maybe. And I thought contestant, but fair play. Yeah. So, Ewan McGregor is fucking phenomenal. This story really allowed him to get back into the groove of it. Like, he didn't have the voice at the start, but I think by the end, the hello there was a bit dodgy. But so you got stuff like that. You got power for that. You got the hello there. You got the
right at the very end. Yeah.
You got the so callbacks to episode 3. Like, I will do what I must.
Yeah, I'll do what
I like the journey of, like, he's like, no, like, he's buried his lightsabers and that in the desert, which, does that give credence to Rise of Skywalker when Rey does it? Oh.
Yeah, is that a Disney thing?
Yeah. But then, like, goes from that to reluctant to, like, try and do it, struggles to use the Force to save Leia in the first bit.
Yeah, arguably, like, going back to episode 6, he becomes more overpowered than ever. They literally played Star Wars The Force Unleashed the game and were like, right, let's make him fucking epic and badass and sage. He was almost like a kung fu master, but with the Force. So we hadn't seen so much Force action possibly on screen ever, really, unless you're talking about certain, like, film boss fights. Like, it was quite ridiculous, but it doesn't mean it wasn't entertaining to watch.
Oh yes,
It was amazing to look at.
the flashback stuff was great. I mean, he looks older. It's like, yeah, but that's how stuff works. Like, they look older because they are fucking older.
Yeah.
I know you expect him to look fresh faced, but that's a lot of CGI to unwrinkle Hayden Christensen. And like Ewan McGregor, less so because he's just aged like a fine wine. Like Ewan McGregor looks a bit
He is a bottle of wine.
wrinkly in like sort of like the around the mouth area, but still he was phenomenal. Like his like the flashbacks as Anakin were important to the plot of like, you know, that's your thing about, you know, you always have to win. Like, you know, you
That's
never
your
see
downfall.
basically like never see the bigger picture or whatever, and that's how they pull the switcher with the whole ship stuff. And you see, I like that you see Vader at his peak strength, which we've never seen. If you think about it, like by the time he's in his 40s in the, well, he's meant to be like in his 40s in the OG trilogy, like he's powerful, but it's kind of like no one's messed with him, so he's not really had a challenge. Whereas this is kind of like they're hunting the last of the Jedi with the Inquisitors and stuff, and hunt the Jedi with the last of the Inquisitors, and hunt the last of the Jedi with the Inquisitors. Fuck me, I can't speak. And you know, then the Obi-Wan thing comes out, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck him up, boy. Reva's a great character for in terms of that. I think her payoff at the end was a bit stupid. I would have liked the original Stuart Beattie version of, you know, because she tries to kill Vader, and then she should die.
She should have died at the end of episode 5.
But then so should Rupert Friend as the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, but then who was revealed to have survived and who...
Hello.
Hello. No, but there wasn't
Hello, I'm still alive in Rebels.
There wasn't an in-universe reason where basically the species, I can't think of the name of the species, where essentially they've got 2 stomachs or something stupid.
Oh,
so it's like a layer of skin, so hence why you could explain the art style where he looks slender. Something along those lines.
Oh, maybe.
Basically, it's to do with his species. And I was like, I don't know whether that was just a very good fan theory, but I did read about it afterwards, and it's real.
I mean, that's not the worst thing I've read.
No, exactly.
But I think Reva, how did she survive it? Because there was a lot of things of like, and Qui-Gon Jinn's just like, fucking, where was this kind of ability to survive being stabbed by a lightsaber when I was in the fucking films?
No, exactly, yeah.
What did you think of the overall, like, were you happy in terms of the overall story, like where we started on week 1? Well, technically week 1 and 2. Yeah. I wished we'd got them singly.
I'm glad. Well, I'm kind of glad we got episode 2 with episode 1, because if it was just episode 1, it would have been a bit too much of just him hermiting behind a Tatooine cave, being like, "Oh, hello there," but I'm not doing anything because I'm afraid of who I will become, who I should become, because everything around me is, you know, ruined, and I could, you know, Joe Edgerton's being mean to me. He won't let me see my baby boy who I'm supposed to look after or be uncle to, all that stuff. So I feel like episode 2, in terms of audience engagement and from a business viewing figure, like I suppose it had to be alongside it to get people to go, oh, there is actually something going on in this show. But no, I loved episode 2. I think episode 2 is one of my favourites because of the whole, it's the Star Wars underworld, not just from a Kenobi point of view, but it's just having a look at the Star Wars underworld and how low and how desperate people and con artists are, and just even heroic looking figures in the form of Camille Eternal Nanujani as a Jedi, only to be a scumbag. And like you say, he was a Jedi, almost scoundrel Han Solo figure. He was conning people for money. He was just doing it for credits and, you know, just trying to make a name, just a cheap buck out of any poor homeless people. And I found that bit of the plot fascinating, but then alright, it didn't really contribute to a lot as such. So no, episode 2 I was happy with. Episode what happened in 3? Was that the...
That was the base thing.
That was the base.
That was the Jedi Fallen Order base.
Not the underwater. Not when he went underwater. That was 4.
That was 3.
No, 3 was when we saw Hayden Christensen on that mountain with the robe. They were in the truck, weren't they? They were like in the Imperial.
Oh, is that
truck.
when they meet Adama and then it ends with the "I'll take you from here"?
Yeah, right. Okay. Let's remind ourselves. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Episode 3 is a lot of
that was alright.
It was good tension. Yeah.
I think in terms of like you could see that like this was like this could have belonged on the big screen as it was meant to. So.
I mean, just a lot of it would have been streamlined and very quick and rushed as such. So I am glad we saw everything everything they probably shot in its full nature. Or as full as they could have. No, episode 4, the Fallen Base. But the thing is, each episode sort of paralleled the films. So like episode 1 was basically Phantom Menace. Episode 2 was Attack of the Clones. 3 was Revenge of the Sith-ish. I mean, because that's the first Vader and Anakin fight as well, isn't it? where we saw Vader, who was previously afraid of lava in the comics, embrace the fire and burn Obi-Wan's poor baby cheeks.
That was hard to watch. That was like, oh,
it
God.
was uncomfortable
Because like he's still weak. Like, how's he going to come back from this? And then it's like he reconnects with the Force. Like, basically, like finds himself and just goes to fucking town.
He goes to town.
Yeah, I liked 4. I liked sort of as he gets back into that stride, he starts doing more of the like lightsaber 12s and shit like that, and strong with the Force, and like it culminates in that final battle that is so beautifully shot and lit.
Very, especially like if you're watching it in HDR. So a lot of it's black on purpose, but even just the hue of the lightsaber just makes it that much more intense.
Yeah, and how that basically went to contrasted like with Anakin and Vader in the final. Like confrontation, like when Obi-Wan manages to smash his mask, akin to the way Ahsoka, the
other side,
akin to the way Ahsoka did
in Rebels,
but the other side, and like Luke was the only one to get his full mask off, and it's like
that's a
but
note.
But then also it's like because Obi-Wan and Ahsoka are reminders of the past that he's angry at, whereas Luke is a reminder of Padme. That's
the symbolic,
yes,
very symbolic.
Because everyone's like, why would he take his mask off and like redeem himself as someone he didn't even know existed or like barely knew?
Exactly, but no, it's symbolic. It's metaphorical. Again, another thing I didn't really think about until that was pointed out. No, but it was just the whole, and even Hayden in the suit. I mean, it was a blend of James Earl and Christensen in the voice, where it was the whole
the AI thing as well.
I didn't kill him. Like
it was the AI voice thing. Yeah. We got a new context to the he's betrayed and murdered your father. It's like
I didn't kill him.
That was a really nice reprieve moment, I think, for Obi-Wan, because he's in tears. He's like, it's the first time he's seen Anakin's face in 10 years, and it's like, I'm sorry for all of it. He's like, I'm not your mistake, Obi-Wan. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. And it's like, yeah.
Which he basically says to Ahsoka.
Because he is what remains.
Yeah.
He is what's left of Anakin.
And even at the end, he calls him Darth for the first time as well.
Yeah.
So he doesn't actually call him Anakin or by my old friend. He just goes Darth. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's...
Goodbye, Darth, you bastard.
You bastard. I'll see you in 20 years.
You fucking bastard. I'll shoot you sky high. Oh, yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant show. Do we want a season 2?
I don't need it. I'm quite happy with this.
I don't need it, but I wouldn't say if it's the right story, whether it's a movie, whether it's another limited series, whether it's specifically a season 2 of Kenobi, because it was like it was originally envisioned as like what was left of what they were working on for the movie. Make it a limited series. This is like one sort of last hurrah, but it's like if there's more like if there's like what Star Wars and Disney kind of do now is like if the fans like it, we'll do more of it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of pandering to the audience, but it's also like, it would be wrong to kind of get them back together and sort of be like, and that's it for Ewan McGregor kind of thing, because he even said like, there's still a few adventures I could possibly have before I turn into Alec Guinness. Like, there's another 9 years in canon.
Yeah. Have a young Lando story.
Yeah, maybe have him, because obviously he was in the Vanity Fair photo shoot with Mando, Ahsoka, and Cassian Andrew.
Yes,
because they were talking about the new Star Wars like era and the wave of movies and stuff, and like a lot of it obviously is set in between trilogies. So like by the time of present day, they're probably like either dead or like really old or whatever. In terms of like,
in terms of what age and.
Well, in terms of like everything that happens, like Mando and Ahsoka might not be alive by the end of Rise of Skywalker, so to speak, and that's the era we're going for, nostalgia and that, and it's all like maybe building a universe. Maybe, Obi-Wan appears as like a cameo or a background character or someone like that just sort of comes in and helps in one of these shows. Maybe you see him in Cassian Andor, like maybe you do see him in Lando, like maybe like that's how you tie it. Like it doesn't necessarily make the universe smaller if you call back to these things and build that world around it. So these kind of things happen.
When Mace Windu eventually survives and you can have a buddy show.
One-armed Mace Windu and
what we do in the Ghost Shadows.
what we do in the Force Ghost.
What we do with the Force Ghost, yeah.
Because we got after 23 years, we got Ewan McGregor. We got Ewan McGregor on screen with Liam Neeson. We got Force Ghost Qui-Gon Jinn, and that was quite nice. Like, I was always with you, Obi-Wan. You just weren't ready to see me yet. So this is obviously then because it's alluded to at the end of episode 3. Like, there's some training from your old master, like who's made his way to the netherworld of the Force, like become one with it, and that was Qui-Gon. And I know he was a Force ghost in an episode of Clone Wars, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yes.
So basically, he's gonna teach Obi-Wan.
But was Obi-Wan in that scene? Was he talking to Obi-Wan in that?
It was Anakin.
It was Anakin. Okay, fair enough.
And obviously this is gonna be part of the training Obi-Wan undergoes, so that when it's his time, he, becomes one with the Force and dies. Like, spoilers for 1977's A New Hope, but
oops,
I spoiled it again. I thought that was a nice surprise. That was like that's quite neat. That's something I didn't expect. Like, I kind of wanted it, but I was like, I didn't expect it.
They recapped it in the recap to the show. It legit, Revenge of the Sith. It's like the last penultimate line. Yoda and Obi-Wan, he's like, "Oh, your master
training you have from your old master."
It was just like, why would you bring that up? The recap brought it up. Episode 1, when he's all by himself talking to the Jawa, he's like, "Master, can you hear me?"
Master, it's like,
it's like, oh my god, you're talking about it.
Because even how old he is, like, he's still like, feels like he needs someone to talk to. And then, like, when you see Qui-Gon full on Liam Neeson, like, come on, we've got a ways to go. That's a thread you can carry forward, or you can just leave because you know how it ends.
Come on, Obi-Wan, I will find you. And believe it or not, I won't kill you, but I'll show you
just
the ways
like
of the Force.
The Skywalker Saga, the Lego one, you can, I have a very specific set of skills that would come in handy here.
Yeah. Yet you can't play as any ghosts in that game. I don't understand.
There should be like an alternative appearance, like
exactly.
like
like another skin.
100 Iron Man suits. You should have like Force Ghost versions of Obi-Wan. You should have a nice one of like Force Ghost Anakin, and then Force Ghost Anakin Special Edition, where it's Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker as the Force Ghost.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that's the only nitpick with that game. But yeah,
I think like there was some bits maybe you would have cut out if it was like going to be a movie. You would have streamlined it a bit more. But I think in terms of the story and the pacing, I think it worked for me. I really got much more out of it than I was expecting. I was nervous at first because it was the first non-Favreau Filoni thing that we're getting.
Of course, and it really did test the waters, yeah.
It did, and it proved that there is still a plethora of stories to be told, whether it's with reliable fan-loved characters or whether there's new ones that will become fan favourites. Like, I think the Star Wars universe remains strong so far on Disney+.
Yeah.
Can Cassian Andor,
keep the momentum going?
Yes.
Yeah.
Certainly. What are your thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Obi-Wan.
Yes, I really loved it. I'd say for me, solid 4.5 out of 10. But I'd go more with a 4. It's just on the cusp of a 5 for me.
No, I
hate doing
agree.
halves.
I'd give it a solid 8 at least. Heck, yeah, halves. Yeah, I don't like quarters. Halves. No, I'd give it a 9. Fuck it, I'd give it a 9.
A 9.5. You give it a 9 out of 10, or you give it 9 out of 5.
I'd give it a 9 out of 5. Yeah, that good, mate. It was only a 10 if he turned blue at the end.
Have we got the hello there?
Hello there. Yeah.
Hello there. I hope this isn't the last of Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan.
It can't be.
I hope this isn't just the last of Ewan McGregor. Let's put him in more things.
Absolutely.
I mean,
let's get him in the MCU next. I mean, now they're part of the Disney banner.
All right, listen to me good, right?
Listen to me good, right? Mm-hmm.
I know he looks eternally youthful, but in terms of his age, what about Nathan Garrett?
Nathan Garrett, what, Black Knight?
Yes, as
a Black Knight.
as fucking Kit Harington's uncle.
Uncle.
Because that's his uncle. His uncle is Nathan Garrett. Isn't it? So maybe you get what's his name?
Yeah, what, Ewan McGregor?
No, what's Jon Snow? What's
Dane Whitman.
Dane Whitman.
Dane.
Fuck, I forgot the name of the
Dane.
fucking...
What sort of name is Dane?
I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry,
I forgot the name of the third generation of Black Knight.
Yeah, it's any viewers that's a fake Dane. What sort of name is that?
I literally went, it's not Sir Percy. Who the fuck is it? But I think maybe you could get a Nathan Garrett, like, British. You get the medieval stuff. Like, maybe you could also have him, like, through like descendancy, like he looks the same as Sir Percy and whatever, and then you can have some medieval Ewan. He's had sword training.
And then Liam Neeson could be the first Black Knight.
He's had sword training, not from his comments that he made previously. Let's keep him away.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, well, he could be a Force Ghost Black Knight then.
Yeah. Come on, a ways to go. All right. What did you guys think of Obi-Wan Kenobi? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you indifferent? Did you think that people overreacted? Because at the end of the day, it's all media. Nothing really fucking matters.
Not really.
It's all superfluous. We're all going to die one day. And that's the main thing.
Happy anniversary.
Happy 4 years on the channel. Join us again soon. You can send, if you want to get involved with, your thoughts about impending death or Obi-Wan Kenobi, you can send those to...
Or Cassian Lee is the most important one.
Or Cassie and Andrew. You can send those electronic mails to...
nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com.
At Pasty Sheep across Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And now TikTok for behind-the-scenes stuff that will be there shortly. All that's left to say is thank you very much for watching and or listening. Here's to another 4 years of this channel and at least another 2 weeks of this podcast. Go and watch Cassie and Andrew.
Yeah, August, I don't know, whenever it's out.
I don't care.
He's been out forever.
I'm probably not going to watch it. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
I like Rogue One.
Rogue One, Rogue 2, Cassie and Andrew.
Rogue 2, Rogue 3, Return to Rogue, the Rogue Cut. It's got fucking what's her face in it.
Days of Future Rogue.
What's her name from X-Men?
Rogue.
Anna Paquin stars in Rogue Squadron.
Get it?
Moulin Rogue.
Oh no. Oh.